This 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, "For Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone rule well. Shalom to the hopeful late men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth for our sincerity. And shalom to those few sisters that's getting in order inside these last days. I'm the brother Amawan, coming at you with a quick, Lord willing, edifying video. Right. Matter of fact, I'll say Salaki on that because what I want to go into is kind of lengthy, but Lord willing, is edifying. But I just want to go into the picture I'm gonna put up on my thumbnail. It says, "What if equals fear?" And even though, dang, I forgot the word of it already. But pretty much that even though equals strength to that effect, something to that effect. But pretty much, the time that we're coming into, we shouldn't have that fear spirit, right? Because our forefathers never had that fear spirit, right? They walked with their head held high, in these times to come, right? That's the same spirit that we have to have. That's the part of having on that whole armor, right? We walking with our head held high, right? If you got on all your armor, that means you feel like you're ready for the battle. You know what I mean? So, it says, "For Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have not given us the spirit of fear," right? He gave us that spirit of boldness, man. It's like it. So, from there, I just want to jump to, like I said, a couple precepts, just going into it. The main points. I'm gonna hit a couple of good points. Lord willing, to edifying. It's right here, the book of Sirach 2 and 10. "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was co-founded?" Right? Did ever any trust in the Lord was co-founded, right? Because, they never had that word of spirit, right? They put their faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and what they did, they waited. They waited for him to come to the rescue. Right? It says, "Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" Right? And I want to go inside that account, the good book of Daniel 3, right, with the three holy men, right? They showed a integrity, right? And that integrity goes into uprightness, right? Right? They thought of scripture said itself. Matter of fact, I read this first one. "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation." Right? And I want to go into the book of Daniel 3 about how these three holy men, right, held their uprightness, right? They serving Yahweh, right? But there was their minds prepared for temptation, right? And we're gonna go into it, Right, this the book of Daniel 3. It's kind of lengthy where I want to start at, but it'll be edifying, man. It'll be edifying, right? Lord willing. All right, so let's write the book of Daniel 3 and 5. It says that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king have set up." Right? So, that was his decree, right? Once you hear this, you fall down and worship. Point blank, period. Don't care who he was, right? That was his decree. It says, "And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast in the midst of a burning fiery furnace." Right? And that was the consequence. If it wasn't going to bow down, this was the consequence, right? And I want to relate that, to this MOTB later on, right? Just keep that in mind. It says, verse 7, "Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image." It says, "And whoso falleth not down and worship that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace, right? And we already know, hey, our law tells us do not put no other power before Yahweh, right? Through the only God's son, Yahweh Shah. Gotta add that in there, right? So the point was, I ain't made the point yet, but from right now, hey, they have a decree to go by, right? But we have law, statute, commandment to live to the best of our ability, to go by, right? So it says, verse 12, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king, right? And he got to make an example, just to put that fear in the rest of everybody else that think they want to buck up against it, But it says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, it is true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, the sackbut, the psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast that same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is the power that shall deliver you out of my hands, right? Pretty much trying to channel them on. Like, who you really think your God is going to deliver you out of my hands, which I put you in that furnace, right? Verse 18, it says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar. Hey, this where they drop their nuts at, man, right? This is where that integrity come in at. It says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter, right? We ain't even going to think about it, right? We know it's no. The answer is no. We're not bowing down, right? Verse 17, it says, if it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king, right? They had the even though spirit, right? That's a part of it, right? They had that even though, right? They're not thinking about what if the Lord don't come get us, right? They had that even though. Right? I'm going to read verse 18 to clean it up. It says, I'm reading from 17, I'm going to 18 again. It says, if it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. It said, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So, right? Hey, they had that even though, like, what? Okay, the consequence was, they can get put in this fiery furnace, just from that, right? But he was like, even though, he said, even if Yahweh wasn't to get us up out of here, right? We still finna hold our integrity because we know the laws, statutes, commandments, and we're gonna hold it to the best of our ability, So, we got faith that he will get us up out of it. And if not, guess what? We still got the faith that we gonna die, right? With our integrity, our uprightness, right? Because that's still an honor right there within itself. Hey, when you translate it back to the MOTB, right? You can have some that get beheaded for Yahweh Shah. That's why I said, the things written aforetime written for our learning. Right? It says 18 again. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury. Right? Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage, it's like if I'm saying it wrong, was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1.7 times more than it has wont to be heated, right? To a point where, it has never been heated before, man. It was just outrageous hot, hot. It says, verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace, right? So pretty much, to the point, the 3 men, right? It was like, you gotta do what you gotta do, but we're not bowing down. You know? We're not bowing down. It's pretty much, he's, hey, you gonna have to kill us behind this. This is where we at with it. We got to kill us behind this. Man, it's a beautiful story, right? It says, and he commanded the most mighty men. Hold on. All right, hold on. So like, yeah. It says, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Right, so he made it a law to put them inside the furnace. That's the penalty. They don't want to bow down. That's the penalty to pretty much to die. Being barbecued. It says, then these men were bound in their coats, hair, hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. It said, therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's how hot, the flame was, that fire was. It was to the point where, hey, they even died. The security, they died. That's how hot it was. To the point they got in there, but it was to the point that people couldn't get back fast enough to where, hey, they died. They couldn't stay down there for too long. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. It says, he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose. And that's heavy, right? Because it was 3 of them. But he said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God, right? Yahushua was in the mix, right? Yahushua was in the mix of it, man. And when just tying it to today's time, man, right? That fire represents, in this time, a hard adversity. We're not going to be able to eat how we want to. We about to be uncomfortable like hell. We already uncomfortable because we're not a part of this world, right? So just how much more when society collapse. You got being persecuted real heavy. Or you have these UN troops looking for you, right? A FEMA account's finna be coming around, right? So it's that we got to be inside that even though spirit, we put the devil out here for speaking his truth and standing on this truth, man. But we got to have that. Hey, we can't be in that what if spirit, like, what if Yahweh Shemashah don't save me? Hey, you keep doing what you got to do. You keep handling business, and he will. That's part of the faith, right? Hey, even if you may have to die behind it, hey, the Lord tells you precious is in the sight of death of the saints. Roughly paraphrasing. Right? But I want to stop right there on there, but just pretty much just the point. He says, he answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. They didn't care. Right? And we shouldn't either, man. We shouldn't be scared of Esau either when he roll in, man. And so I just want to compare that story, right? Because it said, hey, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was co-founded, right? No, they was not co-founded. They put their 100%, 144% trust. And those men is back here today, right? It's the book of Matthew 10, verse 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, right? When you relate it back to, like I said, the 3 holy children, right? They didn't fear them. Okay, you can kill me. Okay, go ahead. Right? Because we believe that our power will deliver us anyway. So we believe he's going to intercept that. Right? That's like inside these times, right? Hey, how about Shemal Shah going to have to the point he said when the enemy shall come like a flood, right? He can do that divine intervention, right? He gonna come in between. But Esau, come in like a flood. So like you, right? Hey, and even though, hey, you can be time, right? Also in the time of martial law, people gonna be thrown inside concentration camps. Right, a lot of folks gonna lose their life inside the concentration camp. Hey, some of the elect gonna lose their life behind inside the concentration camp. Why? Because they don't want to receive the MOTB. Right, but it says, fear not them which kill the body, because that's all they're doing is killing the flesh. Right. It says, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right. And this right here, red letter, man, Yahweh Shai. Right. It's better to bow down to Yahweh Shem Shai, right, and willing to lose your life behind his righteousness instead of bowing down to Esau Edom, who's only ruling for a short period of time. So hey, all in all, you gotta take this shit to the grave, man. Not this, shit, but it's my wrong choice of words, Salaki, right? You gotta take this truth to the grave, man. Right? If you have to be put to death behind it, so be it. Right? Since I had quoted it, I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it back out. This Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things without which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right? And we know the time that we come into inside this generation, right? The prophecies of the MOTB. Right? The C-hip. Right? It said we finna be inside these prisons. From what? From not bowing down, disregarding, right, Esau's offer. All right, so we're gonna be tried. They're gonna try to starve us out, all kinds of things, right? But we gotta have that even though spirit. Even though you starve me, hey, I feel as if the Lord's still gonna feed me some type of way. He may put the spirit in me to do a heavy fast, Like I said, hey, Lord willing, we're part of that remnant to get up out of here, man. But it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which means a completion of number. It says, be thou faithful unto death, right? That's that even though spirit, right? Like it said back in the book of Daniel 3, three holy children, three holy men, right? Even though, but he told him, even though, if he wasn't, we still not gonna bow down, right? That's like right now, hey, even though we may die behind, we still not finna bow down and give our soul over to you and get handled by Yahweh Shai. Hell nah. Right? It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that's the reward, man. All right? Let me go to the book of Revelation, 20 and 4. All right? I'm gonna grab that later, Lord willing. I'm gonna go to the book of Revelation 14. I'll go to the book of Revelation 13, just to, add it together. All right? It's the book of Revelation 13. And matter of fact, I start at 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? Because, hey, you come into a time where, hey, Esau Edom is about to be, he's trying to roll out his last trick. He coming with full force behind his last trick. He trying to get the elect. He know the 2/3 don't know no better. He want the elect, so he finna come with all hands on deck. Right? But it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what he's coming with. Right? He's trying to, kill. So if he have you trapped up inside one of these concentration camps, man, think about our forefathers, man. Right? Think about the Maccabees brothers, right? When it came about with the swine. Hey, he even also tried to bribe the if I'm mistaken, the last brother. Saying he'll be a rich man. But he said, hey, you slew all my brothers right here in front of me in a day's span. Hey, take me out too. So, hey, we know it said, man, I'm getting tied up a little bit. Slaki. It says, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. We know it's going to be that MOTB, man, right? So we got to have that spirit on us, that even though, right, we may lose our life behind this, but even though we still believe that we can receive that crown of life. Why? Because we holding on to, to the gospel, right? It says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a MARK in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the MARK, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. It says, and here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 Right, and I got this breakdown on a couple of other videos. I just want to go through it just to show you, this is the decree that Esau Edom is coming with, draconian laws that he's coming with to where you got to have this device to be able to be a part of society, But he already told you, hey, if you don't have it, pretty much he wants to put you to death, right? But the thing is, who are you going to serve, right? Esau Edom, you can serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? The choice is yours, but I promise you might want to be Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Because Esau Edom is only in rulership for a short moment, right? Yahushua is coming around up crowns, right? So this is the punishment, for even taking the MOTB. Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his MARK in his forehead or in his hand. Ooh, dang, 25-year-old mom shot in Atlanta. Hey, judgment going out, man. Right? So like it says, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his MARK or in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shema, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? Yahweh Shema and the angels, man. It's like those chariots, they coming back to destroy, right? Come to destroy all the ones that bowed down, especially the Israelites, the ones that bowed down to Esau Edom, But the point is, it's better to have that even though spirit, have that spirit to where, hey, whatever happens, I'm putting all into Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I'm not gonna bow down. I'm not gonna think about where my next meal gonna come from, because that's how a lot of folks gonna actually take that C-hip, because they're trying to think about their next move instead of depending on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? It's the book of I got two. Matter of fact, I already quoted it, but I bring it out again though. This is the book of Matthew 16:25. Right? It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose it for my sake shall find it. And that just go back to the point where, hey, with the three holy men, right? They could have said their life, so-called saved their lives by bowing down, to Nebuchadnezzar idol, right? He said, hey, they shall lose it, right? Because at the end of the day, say if they was to bow down to Nebuchadnezzar idol, they still got dealt with by Yahweh, right? So same as today, man, right? Hey, it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. All right, a lot of folks be lining up, trying to get that C-hip, man, when society collapse, and this the only way out, because they don't have no wisdom, knowledge, or understanding. But us, men of the Lord, hey, we willing to whatever comes with it, we gonna hold it out to the end. Whatever obstacle Yahweh Shema shall put us through, we gonna hold it on out. That's the faith we got to keep into the end. Lord, when we can keep that, Lord, that's how I feel. I don't see myself, bowing down. Lord willing, the Lord can keep me in that spirit to the end. Us like-minded brothers and sisters as well. He says, and whosoever will lose his life for my name's sake, for my sake, shall find it. And that's what we do. We rather put our life on the line, because we feel like the Lord gonna feed us, right? Shelter us, protect us, Hey, but if it come down to it, we inside one of those FEMA camps and we get beheaded or taken out, hey, it is what it is, right? But I had quoted that, matter of fact, I read this one. Romans 15:4. And I got another one going to, and I'm done after that. Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort, right? Because these accounts, right? These stories, they comfort us, man. Just to understand that, hey, we ain't alone. Hey, like the Michael Jackson song say, man, you're not alone, man. right? And to speak on that song, hey, I think about that. I just think about, like, in the aspect of Yahweh Shai saying, like, I'm always there with you, But hey, back to this. Except for whatsoever things written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience, right? Because when we patient, that means we constantly enduring hard afflictions. We suffering, right? We enduring. It says in comfort of the scriptures, right? Because these stories is comfort, right? To actually be in a furnace, right? To be in a furnace and like it's hotter than ever. To the point the people that standing next to you died. You know? And then not only that, you get down there, you're not feeling this like how the other dudes probably feel. I don't know how much did they feel of that fire. They probably didn't feel none at all. But to be down there and Yahweh Shai is right there beside you, man, behind you, man, that's heavy. That's comfort. That's comfort, and it's crazy because like the time that we coming into. Hold on, so I can grab my charger. Salakia. Wait, I'm almost done. All right, Salakia. Had to grab my charger. So it's like, at the time that we coming into, and we walking around like it says in 2 Samuel 16 and 40, right? That that word pilgrim. They going to walk around a spiritual benefit. We banking on Yahweh Shai to provide. Inside the time of real chaos, right? Adversity. Just like how he did with our forefathers, man. That's why this precept right here is so heavy, man. And that's also why the scripture says, Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, roughly paraphrasing. Right? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability. Because this is wisdom. This is going to keep you stable. It says that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right? And the other account I wanted to bring out was the Maccabee brothers. It's like, just to show you, that what if spirit, we can't even have that what if spirit, man. That's that fear spirit. We gotta have that. Even though we gonna keep going. Even though Esau came in and shut the jobs down, we're gonna still keep going. Even though he cut the food off, we're gonna still keep going. Right? Even though he put me up under this guillotine and he threatened my life, we're gonna still proceed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. We're ready to get up out of here, man. You're not gonna be able to bribe us. Right? So like I had it in here set already. I messed up. We went to too many different precepts. So I got to find it again. Oh man. I think it's in the beginning. It's like, yeah. Matter of fact, I think it's in the beginning, yeah. Let's have some more. Cons right here, number 1. Con. I start on verse 2. 2 Maccabees 7, verse 1, it says, "It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to take swine's flesh," right? Another decree, right? It says, "and were tormented with scourges and whips," right? Because they didn't want to take the swine's flesh. It says, "But one of them spake first, said thus, What wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers," right? That's how much they feared Yahweh Shai, man. And that's how much spirit we got to be in today. We in that spirit, hey, come on with it. You helping us out. Honestly. He said, hey, go back to, like I said, hey, we go back to the 3 holy children, right? Hey, he told them, You know, even if the Lord don't get us about the situation, hey, I bet we gonna die in the faith. I bet we're not gonna die by doing what you want me to do, right? Right. So that means, hey, we gotta be in that same spirit, man. So like, I'm gonna close out on that. I got Princess in here with me throwing me off. But yeah, man, it's just, you know, hey, all in all, we gotta keep that integrity, right? No matter what we go through, Yahweh Shemash, I can see us through it, man. You know, and like I said, Lord willing, this is edifying. You know, I can't say and to the point, right? Because it's pretty quick, right? But Lord willing, it's edifying, man. And I'm gonna give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone rule well. And shalom to the hopefully let men that scattered abroad. And shalom to a few sisters getting up in order inside these last days. Just keep the faith. Shalom.